They're off. Robbie Supple gets them away for the Grade 1 Jewson Anniversary 4-year-old juvenile hurdle. It's a fairly lengthy gallop to the first of 9 scheduled flights, and the nose-banded Inca Prince, who got a bit of a flyer at the start, has established himself with a clear early lead, and he's gone off with a degree of enthusiasm as well into the first turn, half a dozen lengths ahead. Brazil with a star on the cap is among those heading the chase, with In the Air in a yellow jacket and Petit Tonnerre white cap against the running rail. Photonet, the filly, and the dark green and white will be away to the left on straightening, and then Pied Piper, red and white jacket for Davy Russell, weighted with. Upsides 2 friendly, the striped sleeves, Impulsive 1 towards the right in the double green, and Night Salute, the red, black and yellow, the last of the field to touch down over the first. And Inca Prince is already arriving at the second, and he hops over nimbly and clear from In the Air, Petit Tonnerre towards the right and Brazil on the left, and then 2 friendly in that cluster, tracked by Pied Piper, Impulsive 1. Photonet has drifted back towards the rear of the field and disputes last place with Night Salute as they get to the third, or at least the leader does. Inca Prince not especially tidy, and Brazil was a little awkward. He left a trailing leg towards the outside when disputing third, and Photonet isn't really going with any purpose at all. She jumped off in the chasing cluster but has dropped right back into last place and is cast adrift as Inca Prince leads under the judge with an advantage bordering on a dozen lengths over In the Air heading the pursuit. The bulk of the field are well clustered up. Petit Tonnerre against the rail, working across to 2 friendly in a yellow jacket and Brazil the star on the cap, and then a couple of lengths to Pied Piper, followed by Impulsive 1 in the shades of green, 2 lengths Night Salute, the yellow cap, and 6 or 7 lengths away to the bustled along Photonet as Inca Prince leads them across the back straight and towards a trio of flights awaiting them over there. So Inca Prince with this long lead over the chasers at the fourth. He stepped at it, went a little out to his right. In the Air still chasing from 2 friendly and Brazil. Petit Tonnerre backed off that, immediately pushed along. Pied Piper in the red and white is poised, followed further back in the field by Impulsive 1, and the leaders coming back to them was very awkward there. Night Salute is last of those still going. Photonet has been pulled up and they're heading now to the last of the flights over on the far side. So with a dwindling lead, Inca Prince over In the Air, the yellow cap disputing second with 2 friendly, the white cap, and their slipstream by Pied Piper. Brazil is out wide. Petit Tonnerre is being pulled up as Inca Prince leads by half a dozen lengths over the last in the back straight. Impulsive 1, the shades of green, clip the top alongside Pied Piper. Night Salute is last of those still going, and they turn on down the side of the course. A circuit completed in the Jewson Anniversary Juvenile Hurdle. Inca Prince and Jamie Hamilton in front from the outset. The lead is still half a dozen lengths. In the Air and Jamie Moore heading the chase. Brazil star on the cap for Mark Walsh in third. 2 friendly. Striped sleeves for Harry Skelton. And then Pied Piper and Davy Russell towards the outer in the red and white. Impulsive 1, Darryl Jacob, green jacket, and Night Salute, yellow cap, Paddy Brennan. As Inca Prince now has a lead of only 3 lengths. And the pack are bearing down on him, with Brazil just about poking his nose into second. Rounding the last part of the turn with a half mile to cover and 3 left to jump. Inca Prince swallowed up and Brazil goes to the front, but Pied Piper covers his move second from the left. 2 friendly on the right has every chance. Night Salute getting into it, yellow cap. Impulsive 1 extreme left. In the Air's weakened away and Inca Prince has folded quickly, and they're at the second last. Brazil narrowly. Pied Piper on the left though has come there travelling powerfully. Russell exuding confidence. In behind, Brennan finessing Night Salute into it, and it's now Pied Piper and Night Salute who move on down towards the last together from Brazil. Pied Piper runs down it, gets over a length clear from Night Salute, staking his claim. These 2 have dashed away. 200 yards to cover on the run-in. Pied Piper on the near side of Night Salute, who's bearing down on him. Pied Piper with a dwindling lead. Night Salute pressing hard. Pied Piper and Night Salute in a flared nostril finish. Night Salute on the far side of Pied Piper. It goes to the judge to determine the outcome. Brazil is back in third, and they were clear of Impulsive 1 and 2 friendly.
Photo finish, photo finish. First, number 5, Night Salute in a dead heat with number 7, Pied Piper.
Yeah, and still Pied Piper just marginally goes across Night Salute. I think under normal circumstances, that probably wouldn't even be looked at, or possibly wouldn't even be looked at or called a stewards inquiry at. But because there is absolutely no margin at the line between the two, they don't get close again, I don't think. I'm pretty certain from memory. But punters seem to be of the view that this is 6-4 on to no longer be a dead heat and Night Salute to get it, because Paddy Brennan will be arguing that although the interference was extremely slight, it did make a difference.
Well, Milton Harris is alongside me.
Milton Bradley, you mean? Apparently it's Milton Bradley who Racing UK.
Lydia will love that, I'm sure. Milton Harris is with me. What have you seen much of the head-on or anything?
Nothing.
Okay. What did you say
I
to
went
Paddy?
to the post, and I stood by the winning line. So when they come by, I thought Paddy had just nudged him, marginally. But no, Paddy said to me, "What do you want to object?" Paddy's like me, a sportsman. We have no desire to win the race in a steward's room, really, not at all. So from my point of view, and I'm not the jockey, I'd be happy to say as is. They're two horses, had a great battle, two good jockeys. Let's leave it as it is.
You've got some tune. Well, he's got some tune out this horse off the back of Cheltenham.
Yeah, to be fair, he probably won today's race at Cheltenham by not being hard on him once he was beat. We ummed and ahed about it. The ground was far worse than here, wasn't it? And he probably, I mean, he won at Doncaster on soft ground. And he probably goes on his, I mean, there's a bit of cut in that ground, isn't there? But he'd be better on better ground, you know? But, you know, this has been an extraordinary horse. I mean, what's he had, 7 runs, the juvenile, I think. He's now won 3 grade 2s, he's won 6 out of 7. And his only blip was in the Triumph where things didn't go his way. So, no, look, and it gives optimism. 14.5 grand or something. Yeah. So the little fella watching at home, get involved if you can afford to do so. You've got a chance.
And, you know, forgive me for saying this, I felt that perhaps it looked as though, you know, up in grade at Cheltenham, maybe he couldn't cut it with the big boys. Well, he's disproved that.
Well, you're not alone. He's never got an awful lot of credit. I think, but what does he do? He beat Gary Moore's good horse at Doncaster. He's a warrior, isn't he? Coming down to the last, I could see him coming down. I knew if he got into a fight, he was always going to take a bit of beating, you know. The joint winner is a good horse. We're a good horse.
You're a good yard. This year has been unreal.
Hey, look, we've had this conversation with lots of people. We have got a really good little team of staff. We've got good owners. We don't spend big money really, but we've had a good season. But you know, when I last trained, we were going the right way, and things didn't go well for me personally. But we're working hard now. It's become a bit of a personal battle to make sure we sort of do well.
Well, look, still we wait, but either way, you've won the race.
Sport, isn't it? I'm happy they can do what they want. I know what's happened.
Cheers, Milton.
Thanks. Bye.
Well, television and just reading through social media with Davy Russell there on the right and Paddy Brennan, who knows a thing or two about these based on Cheltenham. Evidently, honesty, sportsmanship, words like that coming up. And of course, Milton Harris there, pretty magnanimous as well. Actually, just as I'm talking, the result is in and Night Salute has been awarded the race. After the dead heat, it is a first official and clear, seemingly, Grade 1 for Milton Harris. Congratulations indeed. Half an hour or so on from Alex Hales as well, and the outstanding Night Salute has been awarded the race.
Yeah, look, there was some interference at the last, they dead heated, but really, he had more than a furlong. They fought out a perfectly clean finish between them and they dead heated. Yeah, you can argue it, but I thought a dead heat was fair.